So there's this guy who's trying to build a wall, and he's giving people bad jobs in order to make himself richer. His wife is around too, but she doesn't really do much, and she often leaves him to do other things. Oh, wait, my bad. You may think I'm talking about this guy, but I'm not. I'm talking about him. This is Hades, king of the underworld, and this is the story about how he tricked a young girl into becoming his slave. This is Hadestown, the myth, the musical, and there's probably a good reason why it's on Broadway in 2019.
In 2010, Vermont-based songwriter Anais Mitchell developed her fourth album, a folk opera inspired by the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. Set in a 1930s-like dystopia, a poor girl named Eurydice meets and falls in love with Orpheus, a mystical performer. King Hades convinces her to join him to make a better life for herself. In order to save his lover, Orpheus embarks on a quest to the underworld. Along the way, he encounters new faces, such as the messenger god and our narrator Hermes and Hades' wife Persephone, and maneuvers dangers to reunite with Eurydice. I won't spoil what happens, but I'm just gonna say it doesn't end well for any party. As a folk opera, the orchestrations are filled with strings, pianos, guitar, and soft drums. This type of music is relatively unique, as recent musical theater shows have been pop-based scores. It creates a very sinister Americana tone, which gives off an eerie vibe. Rhythmic dialogue is infused into the score so that what is spoken is in time with the music. Although quite expositional at times, the lyrics fit with the feel of the show itself. For how much information these songs push onto the audience, Mitchell's words have a poetic way of portraying the world and these characters. Each role has their own approach to saying certain things and don't tend to shift their written voices based on the situations they are placed in, which is required for a good book. After seeing the 2012 production of Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, Mitchell was inspired to create a stage version of her original concept album with director Rachel Chavkin. The set is styled more like a Depression-era jazz club than a literal representation of the underworld. The choreography is a mix of classical, tango, and hip-hop depending on the character. The ensemble is ethnically diverse, as most of the company are people of color, including the female leads and Hermes. The band is located on the stage next to the actors as they perform, and some of the characters play instruments themselves, such as Orpheus with his guitar and the Fates. Hadestown will officially open on Broadway at the Walter Kerr Theater on April 17th.
From what I've seen and heard so far, I'm giving this musical a 5-star rating. I may also be a little biased, but this musical is such a breath of fresh air. As I mentioned earlier, my next musical review is going to be Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, so keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and raise your cup to this tragic tale. See you next time, brothers and sisters.